Welcome, here I've got Xiaomi POCO M4 Pro 5G and let me show you how to use Camera Pro mode at this device. So let's start by tapping on camera button to open it, and for now we are on standard photo mode, so let's change it by using this settings bar and just simply go to the left to Pro. Here we are. This mode gives us possibilities to choose some shooting parameters by ourselves. This is useful when we want to learn photographic skills or making experiments with photography. So let me start with this settings bar. Let's go from the right. The first one option we can pick here is the lens from wide to ultra wide. And let's move to the next one option, the exposure compensation. So for now we can change the light of our picture in kind of basic way. We have access to this slider. By going to the right on it, we can make our photo more bright. By going to left, we can make it more dark. At the center we have 0 parameter, so there's no problem to go back to auto settings with that. And let's move to the next one option, the ISO. So here we can change camera's sensitivity to light. We can make it less sensitive from 50 or more sensitive to 6 and 4000 of it. So I think this spectrum is really wide, like this type of camera, and really pro. To go back to auto ISO, we have to tap now to a letter from the left. And let's move to the next one option. Here we have shutter speed, so we can manage the time of taking photo. We can make it shorter from 1/4000 of a second, and this short time should be better to objects, for example in move, to frozen objects at the picture with a good light. By going to the right, we can make it much longer to 30 seconds, and this should be definitely better to objects that are stable or if we need to have some blur at our picture. To go back to auto shutter speed, we have to again tap on a letter button from the left. I want to show you also that when we adjust shutter speed and ISO together, the exposure compensation button is locked because these two parameters are really advanced light managing. As you can see, when I use these sliders, this is how the light is also changing, so you can learn from it. And if you need to quickly adjust the light, I suggest you to keep this on auto to get access to exposure compensation. And with these three buttons, we have also one extra thing connected. So let's move now to right corner button to get access to more options about camera we can manage. Most of them is also in standard photo mode, but in Pro we have three extra things. One of them is exposure verification button, so just one tap to turn it on, another tap to turn it off, and when we have it turned on, we can check if we correctly adjusted our exposure, so it works perfect with shutter speed and ISO. As you can see, when we give too much light to our photo, we can see this red signs that shows us the area of the picture that are overexposed. When we give too less light, we see blue signs that shows us the areas of the picture that are underexposed. So this is how to use this. I think this may be useful, especially at the beginning with your adventure with photography, and also it works with exposure compensation feature here. So for now, let me turn it off and let's move back to this settings. Now to the next one option, defocusing. We are on autofocus now. By using this slider, we can change it to manual and adjust it on the subject as we need. And we can of course go back easily to auto by tapping here from the left on a letter button. And now let's move again to right corner button, because the second feature in this settings that is extra in Pro mode is focus peaking. So just one tap to turn it on, another tap to turn it off, and when we have it turned on, we can check if we correctly adjusted our focusing, because now we can see these red areas of the part of the pictures that are in focus. So this may be also useful. Let's turn this off and move to the next one option, the last one on this settings bar, so white balance. Now we can manage the temperature of our picture, and it depends from the light we have in the area where we take a photo. We can pick from some ready lights, for example tungsten light, daylight, white fluorescent light, and cloudy light. And when we tap to the last one button from the right, we get access to slider and here we can manually adjust white balance in Kelvin degrees. So as you can see, by going to left we can make our photo more cold, more blue. By going to right we can make it more warm, more orange. So this is how to use this. When we need to go back to auto settings, we have to tap again on A letter. And I want to show you also that when we adjust all of these parameters manually and need to quickly move back to auto settings, we can move here to the left to the button which appears here, and now it asks us to reset all of these parameters, and we can quickly start using them from the beginning. And let's move up also here to the second from the left button now, because here we can click also the metering from frame average to spot 1 and center weighted. At the center we have 50, so just one tap to get access to 50 megapixels Ultra HD quality of the picture, another tap to turn it off. And when we tap the right corner button once again, I want to show you RAW format. So just one tap, of course, to turn it on and off. And this is also really pro feature because RAW is used by professional photographers to saving more details at the pictures and post-producing them in graphic programs. So we can save here our photo not in JPEG but also in RAW. And let's move also to this button from the left with I letter. You can see here short tutorial and also read about all of these features. I think this may be also useful, you can learn from it. And for now let me use all of these settings to take a photo. So let me start with lens. Maybe let me stay on this white to be closer to my subject. Let's left exposure compensation because I want to show you ISO and shutter speed together once again. And the focusing here. The white balance might be tungsten light. To see my photo, let's move to left to the button that follows us straight to the gallery, and this is how it looks like. Of course it's not perfect, but I suggest you to making experiments with all of these settings and just have a good fun. Thanks for watching, subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.